Hello, MassAttacks here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a look at a battle from the Tier 8 Premium American Heavy Tank. It is the M4Y. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy what you see, please don't forget to subscribe. So before we get into the action, I'll show you my crew and equipment that I've currently got on this tank. My crew on this tank are okay. All onto the third skill. It is my crew from my M3Y. The equipment I'm using in the special survivability slot is vents. Then in the special firepower slot I've got a gun rammer and an improved rotation mechanism. On field modifications I have maxed it out. I get a permanent bonus of plus 3% to vehicle hit points, haven't fiddled with any other modifications. So now let's have a look at it in action. Today I'm playing on El Halouf. It's a standard battle and I've got the 7-8 matchmaking and I'm bottom tier today. So since I'm in a hull down tank, I want to go to the hill. Now I am a fan of playing the American tanks. I did start, when I first started the game, I started playing American tanks, so I pretty much learned how to play this game from playing American tanks and then spread out in later years. And what I do find about American tanks, they're great at nothing, but they are good at everything. They are a jack of all trades. What I do like to do with them is play a hull down, play some ridge lines like I'm going to try and do now. But what happens with American tanks is you do have a cupola, a big cupola on the top of your turret. Can I sneak a shot into him? And that's quite good from this distance. And as I was saying, they do have quite a big cupola, so it is a weak spot when you are playing ridge lines. There is a lot better tanks that can do this job, but since you do get 10 degrees of gun depression, these tanks are best suited playing this game style. So I'll tell you about the gun you get on this tank, and it is 105mm. It has 220mm of penetration, which is nice for tier 8. With 360 alpha damage. With my crew and equipment, I've got a reload time of 9.13 seconds, which gives us a DPM of 2365, and then I've got an aim time of 2.28 seconds, which isn't great, and my dispersion is 0.37, which is quite poor. That's why I was so surprised getting that shot into the Barask from that distance. And as I said, you do get 10 degrees of gun depression. Now we're sitting quite comfortable on this ridge line, but the enemy are pushing to take the corner. Our tanks have sat back a little bit, so it'll be dangerous for us to try and push and take this middle area, this little valley. So we'll just have to sit here and let them come. There is more tanks pushing across, so hopefully they get dug in on that corner and we can just focus the enemy playing the opposite ridge line. Now there is 4 of us, there is a T95 pushing out in front of us. We'll just let him do that with that big gun. So I'm not going to make any rash movements yet. I'm just going to play this ridge lines, get me shot in and try and pull back and protect me hit points for the time being. There's a Tier 8 Italian tank destroyer trying to push forward. Quite hard to penetrate him. Hit his cupolas, his commander hatches. He is probably better than me playing hull down. So I'm just going to be a bit cautious because he does have a magazine in that tank. But the TNH has managed to get a shot in. Can I get a shot in? I took a shot and I tried a snapshot and I'm not exactly sure where that penetrated, but I'll take it. So I'm just staying back while I reload. With that big cupola on the top of your turret, that is on most American tanks, you can't really sit on the ridge line while you reload, so get your shot off and then pull back while you reload. It's the safest way to do it. Now we are losing a few tanks here, but we are slightly up on hit points. We've got a little strong team here, so if we just all stop in position, shouldn't be too bad and just let them come, let them make the mistakes. If they try and push on us, they do have to crest the ridge and we should be able to get shots into the belly of the tanks. So there's a UDES pushing up. That's easy damage because his armor is really poor. So now there's a 257 pushing round the side. Just trying to keep an eye on both sides. If the 257 pushes further up, I should be able to get a shot into his lower plate. And he's taking one shot, and there's my shot into him. So he is a one-shotter, which is good. Now he's got support in the Cobra, who was forcing our TNH. So I've managed to get a shot into him. And one of my teammates, or two, have getting shots in. So he's whittled right down. So he's a one-shotter for the majority of us, but we did lose a tank there. So the T95 is pushing towards 257. Can I get the lower plate in the 257? He was in a really stupid place there, especially when he hasn't got any gun depression and the front of the tank is the weakest. So I managed to take him out. That's a good tank to take out. Now here's the Italian tank destroyer. He's coming straight up, but I've managed to get a shot into his lower plate. That's damaged a few things, that shot from him. He is shooting gold. Did injure a crew member and damage one of my modules, so I've had to use my first aid kit and my repair kit. So they're on a cooldown, but they're all one-shotters now and they're dropping like flies. Can I get a shot into the 257? And no, I can't. He was angled well, but I can still penetrate at that angle, and I did bounce a shot from him. See if I can get it in. Shooting down on him, I would expect to be able to penetrate there, but it looks like I can't. So I'm just hoping that somebody's going to push in now. We can just mop up in this area. So I'm pushing further forward. See if I can get round the back of that 257. He is a one shot now. Can I get round the back? Hopefully nothing pulls up behind us. I do want to take the 257 out, and I'm behind him and he's been taken out. So there's another good tank to take out, a T9 tank. So tank 2 up there, he's been finished off. So there was only a UDES here. I know the artillery was in that position. Just going to fire a couple of blind shots before I move in. Let the T95 see if he can spot anybody. And I'll snipe for a little bit, but that artillery's moved. I'm sure he was there at one stage. So now it's time to move and push in. So I'll tell you a little bit more about this tank, and I'll tell you about its armour. On the front of the hull you get 177.8mm of armour, which isn't too bad. That's not your lower plate though. And then you get 76.2 on the side, 50.8 on the rear. Then your turret armour, on the front of your turret you get 279.4mm of armour, which is really good, but you do have that weak spot on the cupola. Then on the side of your turret it's 241.3mm of armour, which is excellent for the side of your turret, but the rear is 38.1. T42 spotted, and he got a shot into us, damaged me ammo rack, but my repair kit has finished its cooldown, so I've managed to repair that, and I've taken my time, managed to get a shot into him. I pulled back, so I'm pulled down and managed to bounce a shot from him, and bounce the second shot. Bit of a snapshot there, but managed to take him out, so I'll take that. And as I push in, I'll tell you a little bit more about the tank. So mobility, you do get a top speed going forward of 45 kilometers an hour, which is nothing special, but not the worst. And then you get a reverse speed of 18 kilometers an hour, which is nice playing them ridge lines. But what is special about these tanks is if you do get your track taken off, you don't lose all your mobility. It is reduced, but you still can move because you do have double tracks on the one set of wheels. So now I'm just pushing in. Can I get a shot into the cupola? This T9 Italian tank destroyer, but I couldn't penetrate, so I'm just pulling back. The only other thing I can tell you about this tank is its view range, which is just average as well. It's a nice shot snuck in there. And with my crew and equipment, I do have a view range of 411 meters, so I managed to get up to the top, but it's not too bad really. I can improve it with crew skills. So I managed to get a shot into that CC and tracked him. Did get a shot into me, but I bounced it, so I'll just have to be a little bit careful here. So he's pushing in, get another shot into him. Now I'm pulling back, he's taking one of my teammates out. He's just going to push for me, focus for me. Can I track him? Tracked him. No, I didn't track him. Done nothing. He got a shot into me, and that was me ammo rack damaged again. But my repair kit has finished his cooldown, so I've fixed that. Getting another shot into him. Now he's pushing for us, and he has got limited turret rotation, so I'm pushing forward and managed to take him out. So only one tank left. Just gonna push up this hill, but can somebody take him out before I get there? We have got 2 T95 still, but their mobility is rubbish. And he's spotted, and he's been taken out. Let's have a quick look at the stats. It was a Master Ace Tank reward, and I got the Spartan medal. You've got to survive a ricochet or non-penetrating shot from an enemy player. Your vehicle must have less than 10% of its hit points, and you've got to survive. That was that shot from the Italian Tier 9 tank destroyer near the end. Top of the tree for XP with a base XP of 1564. Top for damage. I made 189,000 credits, that's due to battle payments and the personal reserve bonus, plus 4,927 XP, that's due to playing a premium vehicle, and an award for the first victory each day, which was at ×2. I'd like to thank you for watching today's battle. I hope you enjoyed it and found the information useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and comment. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. There's a little icon in the bottom left hand corner. Cheers.